For 30 years, I've interviewed Bill McCollum in different capacities as a member of Congress, as a Clinton impeachment manager, two-time candidate for the U.S. Senate, and as Attorney General of the Sunshine State. And now the hat he wears is campaign chairman for Newt Gingrich in the presidential primary. General, thanks for joining
My
us.
pleasure, John. Always good to be with you.
All right. You and I both read the same polls. We read the papers. They show Speaker Gingrich trailing Governor Romney almost universally.
Right.
What do you say when people point out that your candidate is the underdog with less than a day to go?
Well, first of all, we were down 25 points to Romney a couple of weeks ago. After South Carolina, we were up quite a bit. We know Romney outspent us 4-1, maybe 5-1 in Florida with tremendous negative attack ads, much like he did in Iowa, but really a whole lot more money in Florida than he spent in Iowa by any stretch. Well organized before Newt ever had a team. I came aboard, agreed to be his chairman in mid-December when he had the big bump and he didn't have any organization then. And I think we're doing quite well considering everything that's going on. I think we could come out of this, possibly still winning it. Certainly one poll last night suggests that we're down maybe within 5 points again after Herman Cain's endorsement. So we'll see what comes out of this. But this is a battle for the heart and soul of the Republican Party. This is a battle between a moderate Republican who has a lot of establishment support, some of them my friends, but a very historic division, and a conservative in the Reagan tradition in Newt Gingrich. And this is going to go on for a while because the grassroots Republicans look at this very differently than a lot of other people do. And the ones that are networked in the Tea Party almost universally don't care for Mr. Romney. He's not gone to meet with them. He's not associated with them. And I think that's a mistake on his part, whether he would win that vote or not, that he's ignored them in Florida during this campaign. I don't know about other places. So it's going to be a struggle throughout this process. And I think Gingrich has a good chance of winning several of the upcoming states, whether he wins Florida or not, and regaining the momentum. It just seems to me that Romney can't keep spending at this level. He can outspend us here, certainly, he has done it. And his whole gamble was to drive everybody out of the race by the end of Florida. That's not going to happen.
All right. Tell me something. I talked earlier to Congressman Webster, who expressed his concern about the invective being thrown about and some of the name-calling being done. And this is from someone who's neutral in the race. Are you disturbed by the name-calling by your candidate as well as Governor Romney?
To some degree, but I will tell you this, that Romney started this in Iowa and he's kept it up here now, and I think the reason why he's putting up ads that he knows better and his people know are not true in trying to characterize the speaker is because he knows that if he were to debate the speaker or come out with a campaign that were just based on the issues and the contrast of their backgrounds, Gingrich wins hands down. So he masks the reality of this for most Republicans by the way that he's conducted the campaign. So I don't think Newt, after Iowa, has any choice but to come back at him with everything there is there to try to point out the reality of this. First of all, the ad that says that Newt left Congress in disgrace just isn't true, John. I was there. I was in the House Republican leadership. I remember.
This is the first time that Governor Romney and Speaker Gingrich will square off in a primary that's Republicans only, closed to outsiders. South Carolina and New Hampshire being open, and the Iowa caucuses open as well. Does this help or hurt the speaker?
Well, in theory, it should help the speaker because it's all Republican. But Florida's a very diverse state, and it's a very big state. And by very big, it means lots of big media markets, which is the advantage to somebody who has tons of money to spend against somebody who has much more limited resources. And between the super PAC that Romney has and his own spending, he'll spend $20-25 million in Florida. And Gingrich will spend, 4 to 5, maybe, something like that. I think that, and then we're talking now, of course, about super PAC spending in that as well. So, plus there's another thing. We knew at the beginning the Diaz-Balart brothers, my good friend Lincoln Diaz-Balart, and Mario and Ileana Ross-Layton in Miami were supporting Romney from day one. It had nothing to do with Newt's rise. That all occurred before that. They could see that. And I know that they have a great deal of clout, and they helped me in every one of my races. They could deliver a lot of the Hispanic vote, Cuban-American vote in Miami, and I suspect they are delivering some of that. And in this state, the Jacksonville crew was always with Romney. They were with Romney in 2008, and they've organized pretty well the moneyed people in Florida. So you've seen that kind of thing here in our state we've had to fight to overcome, and we may well succeed in doing it, but whether we do or not, we put up a big fight, and I think we've laid the predicate for the campaign to go on and for Newt to have a very good shot of becoming the nominee as it progresses.